Guess how many pounds of meat you will eat next year? 50, 100, try a record 200 pounds of meat per person per year, according to the USDA's estimate. And with that much meat on our menus, do you ever wonder if there are benefits to paying more for those raised more naturally, specifically without antibiotics? You've heard a lot about it. Restaurants are making the switch from Chipotle to Chick-fil-A. Even massive poultry supplier Purdue is vowing to move to antibiotic-free chicken. But is it worth it? Here's what I found. Meat is on the menu at the Starlight Cafe in Greenville, but it's not just any meat.
You can actually taste the difference with the love and the care they put into the animals compared to commercially raised meats.
Executive Chef Tobias Boutillier is talking about meat from local farm New Ruka Natural in Snow Hill, where the shirts say it all.
We're a never ever product certification, and that means that from birth to harvest, that cow or pig has never been exposed to any type of antibiotic or hormone.
The Kearney family started the farm about 15 years ago after seeing a demand for sustainably farmed meat, which means farming techniques that protect the environment, public health, and animal welfare.
My mother used to say you are what you eat, and I think that's also true now.
At the Pitt County Farmers Market, Dawn Shelton is shopping for her family of 3, and she agrees.
I just know that what we put in our bodies is what makes our bodies tick, and I can feel the difference when I eat different kinds of foods, vegetables and meats, and I just think it's really important for us to put good, healthy things in our bodies.
The Organic Trade Association says it's millennials that are the driving force behind the sustainable movement. Coming to a farmers market like this one here in Pitt County allows you to talk directly with the farmers about what goes into their practices.
And they're actually very concerned with where their money goes and what it goes towards.
Bert James is the owner of Homegrown Agriculture, which consists of a farm in Bethel and is an agriculture consulting business to boost other Eastern Carolina farms. His farm does not use antibiotics or hormones, but he estimates that sustainably raised meat can cost upwards of 40% more than conventionally raised meat.
What I found out is this is a lot of work, like a lot of work. There's a reason that hog houses and chicken houses were erected and that there's concrete everywhere and there's all this mechanization.
But what is the cost of convenience?
When you put a bunch of animals in one place, if one gets sick, they all get sick really quick.
That's where the antibiotics come into play, and a lot of them. The FDA estimates 70% of all antibiotics sold in the U.S. are used on animals to treat and prevent illness and to promote growth. But it has its downfalls for animals as it does for humans.
Treating with antibiotics, if you kill a lot of the good bacteria, you create an environment that allows for resistant bacteria to now predominate and grow.
The Centers for Disease Control says those superbugs can not only stick with the animal to the supermarket shelves, they can end up in the animal's waste and irrigated water systems on the farms that are then used on produce. That is one way you can get Salmonella or E. coli. New Ruka Natural, Homegrown Agriculture, and Dr. Wheeler all agree this is a problem waiting to explode in the future, with no new class of antibiotics developed in 30 years.
There is quite a bit of evidence about the increase in antibiotic use, both in human and agricultural uses, and the persistence and growth of these superbugs. I don't think there's any debate about that.
But he says that's why washing and cooking food properly is so important.
Regardless of their superbugs and they're persisting, much of those risks are mitigated by the way the meat is handled.
As for any health risks from the antibiotics themselves to humans, the animals are required to go through a withdrawal period before going to production, and the meat is periodically tested to ensure there is no antibiotic residue. So while there is concern, Dr. Wheeler says he has not seen any research with hard evidence that conventionally raised meat is bad for your health. Buying sustainable or organic meat may just get down to personal choice and buy you peace of mind if you can afford it.
The better bang for the buck. With a family of 5, it takes a lot to feed the kids.